on your screen again. I'm here with Osase George Omoigi.
Thank you.
So nice to have you. Always nice to have you. You keep blowing our minds off on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so today we have a very important topic to talk about. Very interesting topic, anyways. I will be looking at the reason why marriages fail. We just want to explore it a little, do some checks, some talks here and there, and then also read some contributions and, of course, contributions and questions from our fans, our followers on our Facebook page, concerning these failed marriages. We are looking at it from the angle of two very prominent actresses who had their marriages broken last week, I think, in the person of Chacha Ike and Funke Akindele. That flooded our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, all over social media. It flooded it last week. So I want to know the reasons why marriages fail generally. I particularly was so bothered. When it happened, I had to write on our page, like, why are marriages failing today? What's going on? Come on, what's going on? And then we got responses from our followers and fans, which we are going to read out today on the program. But before I go on with that, I'm going to bring in Osase Omoige George, who would also talk to us about what he thinks on this particular topic. Omoige George, what do you think? Wow, marriage is failing. What's going on?
Thanks for having me once again.
Thank you.
Marriages fail for a lot of reasons.
Okay.
Relationships, marriages, connection between two individuals.
Okay.
They fail for a lot of reasons.
Reasons,
And,
yeah.
One which is prominent or very obvious is the fact that we don't get to know the people we...
Before going into the marriage.
Yes, exactly. We don't get to know the people we connect with.
Yes.
Before taking the step to getting married. We don't check if their character disposition is same as ours, if their thoughts are the same as ours, if their direction is even the same as ours. We are mostly pushed by the societal norms, and then we end up taking the wrong decision.
Wrong decision.
The society, as it is right now, has
they will push
taught us, rather,
yeah,
that women have a ticking time.
Yes.
I don't know how to put it.
And that when it gets to a particular age,
yes,
you ought to have been married.
Take a decision
and
to
then
get
there's
married
that
and all that.
push, that
so there's this
from
pressure.
all corner
So
pressure.
that pressure puts us in a position where we are not able to take calculated decisions on who we spend the rest of our lives with. You understand? Family pressure, peer pressure, a lot of pressure
from
everywhere.
all corners.
From all corners, pushing people into taking decisions they are not ready for. That's one aspect. The other one is we have a lot of people with little or no knowledge about what marriage is. Little knowledge about what marriage is, and they just venture into it. And at the end of the whole day, it comes crashing on us. We have this notion that you can learn while you are in it. Yes, I agree with you that you can learn while you're in it, because I think when you decide to be with someone, you should constantly put in effort to want to improve on yourself. But you need a certain level of knowledge before you enter into it. And I think a lot of youths or young ones these days, even the older ones, lack this knowledge. They're not taking time to want to evaluate what it is to enter into marriage. In fact, it's even crazy enough that people see marriage as, if it doesn't work, I'll leave. Now, when you have that mindset that if it doesn't work, I'll just come out, it makes you complacent.
Okay.
You don't put in as much effort as you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And when you don't do that, it's definitely going to crash.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Yes,
but with what we're seeing these days, it makes it look like... Exactly. With what we're seeing these days, it makes it look like it's a difficult task that we should be scared of.
Some people makes it difficult. The partners makes it difficult.
And it's the reasons marriage fail is not that a man's thing or a woman's thing. I think it's general. It's both ways.
Yeah.
When you stop putting in effort into creating bliss,
Okay.
this is what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you don't know your spouse to a great extent before you dig in,
Yeah.
this is what you get.
Get
Now,
exactly.
you're with someone, you're dating the person. It's different from when you live with someone for a longer
For a
period of
longer
time.
period of time.
That is why relationship between siblings can hardly be severed. And even if it is, there are situations that can arise tomorrow and to be mended.
But there are cases where you see a couple, they will tell you they've dated for a long time, and at the end of the day, they have issues in the marriage and they break up.
No,
They
see,
dated for a long time.
I agree with you.
And in marriage, after some time, they break up. The marriage still ends,
I
still
agree
crash.
I agree
So
with you.
why?
Now,
Why do we
first
have
of all,
all
let me
that?
say this. You have to understand there is no formula like we did in mathematics, the
Yes.
almighty formula.
Yes.
There is no formula that is almighty that works in all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You could be in a relationship with someone and you don't know the person. Whether for 5 years, whether for 10 years.
Yes.
Now, it tells me that
And there's something about thinking the person might change in marriage or it might work out.
that's even
another
different from
aspect.
your former statement. Now, let me take it one after the other. Now, the first one you talked about, you could be in a relationship with someone for 10 years and you don't know the person.
Okay.
Now, I ask a question, or I usually tell people, I am of the opinion that if you are in a relationship with someone, there should be constant appraisal on how you've been faring so far, how I see you. And
Okay.
that appraisal should be genuine.
Okay.
What is honest, what is true,
Yeah.
should be discussed.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not you dating someone and all you care about is the next eatery to eat, the next sex position you want to
Yeah.
take and all that. No. Do you know this person? Can you vouch for this person's character,
Yeah.
disposition, and all that? You could be with someone for 10 years and you still really don't know the person
Don't
because
know
you're
the
not putting in
person.
effort to even want to know the person.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lot of relationships that is built on a lie.
Yes. Okay. We also look at family interferences in marriages. You see that in some marriages, families tend to interfere in the affairs of the couple, either from the male side to the man's side or the woman's side. You see interferences here and there, and that could end up crashing or leading to crisis in the marriage. For example, Funke Akindele's marriage. You know, the son of JJ, the husband, came up to say a lot of things about Funke and all of that, and even his own father. So that also created some form of agitations and talks, uproars here and there. So
Now, remember when I started, I said knowledge, not knowing enough
yes,
about the institution you are entering and all that. If two mature people come together to say they want to date or marry, it means they are ready to let go of family pressure. Because even what the Bible we read says, it says,
yes,
a man shall leave his father
yes,
and his mother
and
cleave to his wife. He said, and they twain
shall become
one flesh.
Is it that our men do not know this or they do not stick
just
to
let's
this?
not make it a man's thing.
It's supposed to be a man's thing because it
it's
said
not.
a man will leave his father
it's
and
not.
his mother.
It's not. It's not. You have to also understand that when the Bible is talking about man per se in the
yes.
scripture, it's talking about both genders. In the beginning, God made man and woman. It's talking about both genders.
Okay.
It's not a man's thing because that thought also is a problem. When people see it as a man's thing, the woman doesn't put in effort. She feels the man needs to do his own bit and it's okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The man sees it as a woman thing, the man doesn't put in effort. No, it's a dual thing. He said they both shall become one flesh. It means that at that point, your decisions should be intertwined. Are you getting what I'm saying? Your movement should be intertwined. It should become, you should be aligned. You know what I'm saying? You should be aligned. You should leave your family behind and focus because now this has become the immediate.
Okay, what about a situation where the man or the woman, either partners, because you said it's not a man's thing.
Yeah.
Let me direct it to the women too. For example, in marriage, the man would ask his own family to stay off, and then the woman's family is coming around. Or the reverse, the woman would ask a family to stay off. Then the man's family will come around.
I think we're getting it mixed up. Now,
Okay.
that you're leaving your father and your mother and your wife doesn't mean your family should stay off.
Okay.
Because we also need to
stay up means stay off their affairs. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Stay off their affairs, not literally stay off their home or something. Although I've seen a scenario where the husband asks the family of the woman not to ever come close to the house, you know, to see their sister or relative or something. But
get something.
Yeah.
This issue of marriage is very dicey. There are so many things that needs to be put in perspective. Now, get this. There are situations where your spouse tells you, I don't want your family around.
Around, yes.
And what they end up doing is they are weakening your defense system.
Okay.
When they find out that you're no longer aligned with your family. Then they strike. They put you in a position where you can't go back home, you can't leave, you're stuck. You understand what I'm saying? You're stuck. Now, you have to be mindful of that.
Okay.
When we say stay off, we need to be careful of the words we use. When you say stay off, it doesn't mean that they should live in wherever you want them to live in and they don't care what happens to you and all that. No.
Okay.
Now, when we say stay off, what we mean is that they shouldn't take prominent decisions for your family.
Okay.
I don't get what I'm saying. Prominent decision from your family.
For your family.
No spouse has the right to tell the family of the other spouse to stay off their marriage.
Absolutely.
Or stay off their lives. You can say stay off your marriage, but not stay off your lives. What it means is, when it comes to your marital decisions, it's between you and your wife. I don't get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
Because don't forget that even before the man came, he took permission from your family to take you. He was not buying you off.
Okay.
He didn't buy you off them.
Yeah.
So they will always be in your life. But everybody should understand the role they have to play in your life. You don't come to my house and start telling me how I rule my home. It doesn't also mean that when you're being abusive in your relationship, the family cannot come in.
Come in. Okay.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
When you're being abusive, the family cannot come in. No.
Come in, yeah.
But we should all understand the roles we have to play in each other's lives, especially when it comes to relationships and marriages. You can't come to my house and start taking prominent decisions about how we live in our home.
As a relative.
Yes, you could advise me on how to treat my wife better, but not tell me
how to deal with the affairs
of my home. It doesn't make these things cause.
Okay, let's also look at. Let's not look as if we are just concentrating on Funke Akindele. Let's look at Chacha's marriage as well.
We've not even dealt with Funke Akindele's case.
Okay,
we're talking in general. Please.
Yeah, we were talking in general.
I don't have a right to sit on this platform and debate Funke's marital issues.
Yes.
Let's get that straight, because I was not there from the onset.
Yes.
I really can't tell what happened between them.
There. Yeah.
Even that of Chacha.
But we're just using it as a case study. Using it as a case study for marriages.
Generally.
And she also came up to advise young couple. I don't know if you have seen that video.
Yes.
She came up and she said that she married, so it's kind of a societal, just like you said already, so the societal pressure. And then she advised young ladies on how not to rush into marriages because they want to do Owambe. So she said all of that in that video if you've seen it. And now, talking about Chacha Ike, the husband, it was the husband that came up to say that he was tired of the marriage and that he has been trying to cover up and all of that. And he was tired of the marriage, trying to cover up. Why tired of the marriage? Why is he coming out to speak up? Like,
now, see.
What can we say about?
Another crazy thing is.
Okay.
Another crazy thing is this. You see, I don't think social media has done us any good.
Okay. In all of this?
In all of this. Social media has not done us any good.
Okay.
Because you're dating someone and your affairs is all on social media.
All on social media.
No privacy, no secret.
And Funke said that. She said where the old stuff came up, the husband came out on social media to say that the marriage ended. So on social media.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
No decorum, no respect for the next person. You come up on social media and you just say your things that are supposed to be private are now put out on the internet.
Okay, so quickly, let's just take some few questions, or rather contributions from our fans. Okay, we have this one from Iyanda Abiola Olawale. He said 80% of our marriages ending are from the elite, the rich,
Okay.
with so much ego flying around, especially from the women.
There is a certain
Especially from the women.
yeah, there is a
How true is
certain
that?
percentage, mind my language,
Okay.
of correctness
Okay,
in that.
okay.
And that comes from the fact that she said the word ego.
Yeah,
Now, there is no statistics there to prove it's from the women
okay.
or to prove
Or
it's from the
men.
elites
Okay, the elites.
or to prove
okay.
it's from the men. Now, but when you're married to someone and you allow ego rule, that marriage cannot last.
Can never last.
Even when you're just dating someone and you allow ego rule, that
Now
relationship
this has to do
cannot
with
last.
both sides.
Both parties.
Both
Now, because
parties.
you have to
It's
understand
not,
the fact
it's not
that, yes,
directed to the women.
you remember I said
Just the
something
women.
about appraisal.
Men are also.
Appraisal. I should
Yeah.
be able to tell you
Okay.
when your moves are wrong,
Wrong.
and when they're right.
Right.
And you don't see it as deflating your ego. Just the way I also should learn to say it politely without insult.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay. All right, we have another one from Fortunate King. Fortunate King said, marriages fail when the couple stop working on their weaknesses and on themselves.
Absolutely true.
Thinking, after all, I am married.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct.
Yes.
Now, get this. There was an episode we shot, and I made mention of. I said the statement. I said that people, we don't marry perfect individuals.
yeah.
We can't get to be perfect. It means that we have people that have weaknesses. There will always be a particular weakness.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, that weakness that you have needs to be worked on gradually, regularly.
Yeah.
But you, as the person that has accepted this person, has accepted that this weakness is there. So the person is working on it. Now, when you decide not to work on those weaknesses, they're going to become prominent.
Yeah.
And when weaknesses become prominent, the marriage is definitely going to fail.
Definitely going to fail. This one from Michael David. Michael David says, any broke marriage is lack of wisdom. And Hassan Bana said, sadly, your enemies have won. Talking to both parties now. And then we have our top fan, Purity, Precious Purity. She's our top fan. She says, it's so sad seeing those beautiful couples going their separate ways.
Yeah.
And this one says, this is the most amazing comment so far. Elona Aya Lawedosku, the name is somehow funny. And the guy said, people must learn to stop lying to themselves.
Very true.
If a hoe it is with pride. If a pimp it is with pride. And hashtag leave marriage alone where it stands. A demon can never withstand heaven, just exactly as heaven would never withstand demons. Truth always wins in the end. The biracial son was vindicated after all. Violence.
Now the thing is,
Okay.
I try to understand where she's
Interesting
coming
comments.
from.
Thank you so much, our followers and fans, for such wonderful comments. All right,
Now,
you were saying something.
I said I try to understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
You have to get this, that the point where she said leave marriage where it is.
Yes.
Marriage is not a bad thing. Marriage is not a failed project.
Yeah.
Marriage is beautiful. Relationships are beautiful.
Beautiful.
Now, if you know that you're not ready to be accountable, responsible to your spouse or to the next person,
Why
please
go into marriage?
don't take that
Don't.
step.
We are begging
you're
you.
making the young ones feel that it's a
Marriage is-
tedious thing. It's not.
Absolutely.
You should learn to be accountable to the next
for
person.
your every move.
And if you take that as your underlying thought, you understand that you have to let go of pride.
Yes.
You have to let go of ego.
Ego.
You have to understand that your partner wants to know where you are, why you are there, and the
every
things you
given
do at every
time.
given time. They have a right to it. They have a right to it. It's the simple truth.
Yeah.
They have a right to it. You owe some responsibility to this person.
Yes, you do.
Live up to the responsibility and life will be easy. Then please, please, please take social media
Out of your
out of
marriage.
your, now,
Out of
see,
your home.
the great thing is we have the good, the bad, and the terrible
yeah.
on social media.
Very
The terrible, not even the ugly, the terrible. Now, when you put your situations on social media,
Yeah.
you'll get the good comments,
Yeah.
you get the bad comments, you get the terrible comments. And the truth of the matter is most people tend towards taking the terrible comments.
Yeah.
Because it satisfies their ego.
Their ego.
Satisfies their selfish desires. And at the end of the day, 2-3 months time, your marriage break up, you come back to social media again and say we've broken up, and you still get the good, the bad, and the terrible comment. And you stick with the terrible. So please, let's learn to be private. Wow. Marriage is private and should be kept
very private.
Private.
Very private. Wow, thank you so much, Osase. You're always nailing it on the show. I keep getting feedbacks and people asking like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? On the show. It was really an exciting time, and we've discussed extensively on the reasons why marriages fail today. But I know that surely we've not been able to dig down into it, but we hope to do that some other time on the show. Thanks a lot for watching today. Stay tuned.